I'm losing between $5 and $6 per hour every single day of my life, even while I'm sleeping, just to operate and finance the costs of my home. Yes, not per day, but per hour. I'm going to give you a look inside my home here too. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you're going to see how I figured out this $5 to $6 an hour figure and how you can figure out the same thing. You might be spending between $3 an hour and $20 an hour or more just to maintain your home and keep it as is. That's not to do any renovations or anything. Here we go. You're going to find this really interesting. Hi, I'm Keith Weinhold. This is GRE. Yeah, let me show you how I just simply added up all of my home's costs, the mortgage, principal and interest, and property tax, and insurance, and maintenance, and repairs, and utilities, and everything else to come up with $5 or $6 an hour. And yeah, it surprised me that it's this high. It kind of makes me feel like I can never take a nap again or something. Now, I don't have any kids or dogs, and I don't live in an especially large home or a luxurious home, but I do live here in the United States in a better than average home. This would probably have a market value, my home, of $575,000 to $600,000. So it's maybe 40 to 50% more expensive than the average American home. As we take a look around it here, it is a 2,177 square foot ranch home. It's on a 1/4 acre lot, and it's in a really good neighborhood. Well, let's break down the numbers. Hey, before we do, go ahead and put a like on this if you like that I'm talking about this. Kind of a form of home economics that I'm talking about that you've probably never thought of before. So here we go. Here are the expenses of my primary residence. The mortgage, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, it's all rolled into one payment, but let's break it down. The mortgage, principal, and interest payment is $2,005, easily the biggest monthly payment that I make. Property tax is $724. Property insurance per month, all these costs are per month, is $104. And let's look at maintenance. That's about $250 a month. This is a 2006 built home that I'm talking about here, so it's somewhat newer. It's not too new, but you don't have too many things going wrong with it. $150 for monthly repairs. The natural gas bill, which includes the heat and the water heater, that averages $170 per month year-round. When there's seasonal fluctuation, I make a year-round average here. Internet service is $155. I've got pretty speedy service. Wi-Fi. Lawn and landscaping, $150. Others do that. Others mow the lawn and whack the weeds, so I pay for that. I don't get into doing that at all. Water and wastewater, $114 a month. Electricity averages $110 a month year-round. Refuse service, the trash, $30. Snow removal, $25. HOA, it's kind of a minimalist homeowners association, so the dues are really low, $21 a month. Okay, so for a monthly total, that's $4,008 just for the financing and maintenance of my humble abode, my primary residence. All right, so let's break it down per week. There are 0.23 weeks in a month, so that's $922 per week for a not that much better than average American home. There are on average 30.4 days in a month. That gives us a cost per day of $132 per day, all in. And per hour, you just take the per day rate and divide it by 24, that is $5.49. So yeah, about $5.50 an hour just to maintain the home. And think about it, you know, maybe you have to earn $8 an hour before taxes just to avoid $5.50 an hour. Maybe it's $9 an hour before taxes. I mean, this is when I'm sleeping, this is when I'm on vacation, just to maintain this home, whether I'm inside it or not. You know, and when you were a kid, you know, you might have had a minimum wage job that paid about this or even less, just to help put things in perspective. Let's talk about what I did not include in these figures, but probably could have, but I decided to draw the line here. I did not include my time in cleaning and maintaining the home and yanking the weeds, or I do a little bit of snow shoveling myself here and there. Not all of it, but I didn't include any of my time for that. Maybe I could have. I didn't include the opportunity cost of the equity that I keep in the home. The equity is the value that the home would sell for minus my principal loan balance. I don't keep very much equity in my home though. As I always say, the return from home equity is always zero, and I practice what I preach. I also didn't include the cost of tax deductions. I didn't include the cost of appliances or the depreciation on appliances. And I also didn't include the cost or the depreciation on furniture or area carpets or things like that. And again, this is even paid while I'm sleeping, while I'm on vacation, and all of that. Kind of a new twist on home economics, breaking it down per hour here. And it reinforces the fact that a home is not a good financial investment. But some things are worthwhile in life, even if they aren't good financial investments. When I took a vacation to Italy, it sure wasn't for a good financial investment. It was to have a certain quality of life, standard of living, and experience, but it's just not a good, strict financial investment, much like a home. Your primary residence is not either. And my mindset is, I am not trying to cut back on costs. This isn't so I can try to build a budget and sort of whittle things down and see how I can diminish my quality of life and maybe downsize and move to a smaller place. No, not at all. It's just interesting to figure this out. Why would I live below my means when in a world of abundance, I could grow my means? So rather than try to reduce my expenses, which has a floor in reducing quality of life anyway, I would rather increase my standard of living by increasing my income. For me, that typically means buying more rental property and increasing my passive income. So maybe someday I could move out of this home that I'm talking about here, where I pay between $5 and $6 an hour just to maintain it, and live in a home where it's a cost of $10 to $20 an hour to maintain it. Why not? Now, even if I stay in the same home, let's talk about what the costs would be in the future, potentially. We are still in an era of high inflation here. Actually, I would only expect this cost to go up. However, it should not go up as fast as the rate of inflation. And why is that? Because I have a mortgage on the property and I keep my loan balance high. In fact, almost exactly half of that payment, remember it was $2,005 in principal and interest, that stays fixed. So about half of the total monthly amount of living in and maintaining a home stays fixed. It's sheltered from inflation. Every other single cost there should rise with inflation. Hey, well, I'd really like your comments. Leave a comment on this video. Did you find this interesting? Did you like how I calculated it and where I drew the line with what I included and what I did not? If you didn't, let me know where. And hey, if you go calculate this number yourself, how much it costs just to simply maintain and finance your home and keep it as is and keep it up and running, I'd be really interested on what your figure is as well. Be sure to leave a comment. I'd really like to hear from you on this one. I'm Keith Weinhold. Thanks so much for stopping by.